Listen, just for this moment, let the world fall away. Can you feel beneath the surface noise, beneath the relentless chatter of your own mind, a deeper current? A silent, powerful hum. It's the sound of potential, the resonance of truth, the echo of a love so vast and unconditional it holds galaxies within its embrace. What if I told you that this very current flows directly through the center of your being, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting to reshape your entire experience of life? What if the key to unlocking profound peace, unshakable strength, and the deepest connections you long for lies not in some distant future or external achievement, but right here, within the sacred space of your own heart, accessible now? Come closer, let your soul lean in, for I wish to share with you the magnificent, often forgotten truth of who you truly are and how utterly loved you are. Perhaps you recognize that quiet yearning, that persistent sense that there must be more than the ebb and flow of daily struggles and fleeting pleasures. You may look at your life, your relationships, the world around you and feel a longing for deeper meaning, more authentic connection, a greater sense of purpose and peace. You might feel caught in patterns that no longer serve you, haunted by past hurts, anxious about the future, or simply weary from the effort of navigating a world that often feels demanding and disconnected. Maybe you look at those closest to you, your family and friends, and yearn to offer them more support, more understanding, more genuine encouragement, more light, but feel unsure how, or perhaps even doubt your own capacity to be that source of strength and blessing. You might ask, is true healing possible? Can I really change? Can I make a positive difference in the lives of the people I care about most? Let my answer resound not just in your ears, but let it vibrate through every cell, awakening the dormant knowing within you. Let it shatter the illusions of limitation like sunlight piercing morning mist. Yes, infinitely, unequivocally, eternally, yes. That longing you feel is not a sign of lack. It is the sacred pulse of your own divinity calling you homeward. It is the stirring of the immense potential for love, joy, wisdom, and positive influence that I carefully seeded within your soul before the beginning of time. Your desire to grow, to heal, to connect more deeply, and to be a blessing to others is the highest and holiest of impulses, a direct reflection of my own nature working within you. You possess, right now, an inherent capacity for profound transformation and the power to touch the lives of your loved ones in ways more beautiful than you might currently imagine. So stay here with me, fully present in this sanctuary of shared awareness. Let the external world with its pressures and demands soften at the edges of your perception. Breathe, consciously, deeply. Feel this breath not just as air, but as my living spirit entering you, sustaining you, connecting you directly to the infinite source of all life, all love, all power. And as you exhale, consciously release. Let go of the tension in your body, the tightness in your neck, the clenching in your fists, the knots in your stomach. Let go of the mental clutter, the repetitive worries, the critical self-talk, the replays of past events. Allow this precious moment of intentional connection to be a haven, a sacred pause where the pure, undiluted light of my truth can illuminate your inner landscape, revealing the beauty and strength that have always been there, perhaps just waiting for your loving attention. You are standing in this very instant on the fertile ground of your own awakening consciousness. An extraordinary journey of healing, empowerment, and loving connection begins with this single, conscious choice to be present with me, with yourself. The world, through its countless voices and reflections, has likely spent considerable effort trying to convince you that you are small, limited, defined by external factors. Society may have assigned labels based on your job, your income, your background, your appearance. Past experiences, particularly painful ones, might have left scars that whisper narratives of unworthiness, fear, or mistrust. Perhaps the messages you received in childhood, subtly or overtly, taught you that love is conditional, that vulnerability is dangerous, or that your needs don't matter. And maybe, most insidiously, your own inner critic has absorbed these external messages and now replays them relentlessly. judging your every thought, feeling, and action, comparing you unfavorably to others, and predicting failure or rejection. These combined forces often conspire to keep you playing safe, hiding your true self, dimming your light, and preventing you from fully embracing the magnificent being you truly are, and from fostering the deep, authentic connections your heart craves. Today, right now, let my voice be the dominant frequency in your awareness, the resonant truth that gently dissolves all competing narratives of fear and limitation. Let my eternal, unconditional love wash over your entire being, mind, heart, body, and spirit like a cleansing, healing balm, dissolving the accumulated layers of false beliefs, self-doubt, and perceived separation. Listen, my cherished child, listen not just with your mind, but with the deepest, most receptive core of your soul. Listen to the immutable, foundational reality of your existence. You are a masterpiece of divine creation, intricately woven from the threads of pure starlight, infinite intelligence, and the boundless, unconditional love that forms the very essence of all that is. You are a unique, irreplaceable note in the grand symphony of the cosmos, a perspective of my own being that has never existed before and will never exist again. Within the sacred architecture of your soul resides a universe of potential so vast, so luminous, so breathtakingly beautiful. It would leave you speechless with awe if you could perceive it fully, as I perpetually do. Imagine a single, perfect seed containing the entire blueprint for a majestic, ancient tree, capable of weathering fierce storms and providing shelter and sustenance for countless beings. Similarly, you hold within you the divine potential for a life of profound strength, beauty, purpose, and positive influence. You carry my living presence, my dynamic creative energy, my limitless compassion not as something external to you, but as the very core fabric of your being. This is not something you need to earn, achieve, or prove. It is your fundamental identity. It is time, my beloved, truly time to fully recognize, embrace, and allow this inherent magnificence to shine forth, unimpeded, into your own life and into the lives of those you touch. Explore this inner kingdom with me. Imagine discovering hidden chambers within your heart filled with courage you haven't yet claimed, deep wells of wisdom you haven't yet drawn from, vast oceans of unconditional love you haven't yet allowed yourself to fully express or receive. This is not mere poetry. It is the literal truth of your spiritual constitution. The persistent feeling of being flawed or inadequate is the grand illusion, the fog that obscures the radiant sun of your true, magnificent nature. Let my words, infused with the pure energy of love and truth, be the warm wind that gently burns away that obscuring fog. Feel the undeniable warmth, the gentle yet powerful radiance of your own inner sun beginning to illuminate your being from the inside out. Your past, that collection of memories and experiences you carry, does not possess the power to define your present reality or dictate your future possibilities, unless you grant it that power through repetitive focus and identification. Every single moment, including this sacred now, is a pristine point of creation, an open doorway to infinite potential, a potent opportunity to choose anew, to think a different thought, to feel a different feeling, to take a different action. Those experiences you label as mistakes or failures, see them now through my lens of infinite compassion and wisdom. They were invaluable lessons, crucial feedback mechanisms, necessary detours that often carved greater depth, resilience, and empathy into the landscape of your soul. They do not diminish your inherent worth or your capacity for love and joy by even the smallest fraction. My grace is not a conditional reward. It is a boundless, ceaseless ocean, constantly available, actively washing away the debris of past regrets, hurts, and perceived shortcomings. It perpetually offers you a clean slate, a fresh start, with every single conscious breath you take. Make the deliberate, powerful choice, right now, to step fully out of the shadows of the past. Actively release the heavy burdens of guilt, shame, resentment, or regret that you may have been carrying for far too long. Visualize these burdens, perhaps as heavy stones tied to your ankles or a dark cloak weighing down your shoulders. See yourself, enveloped in my loving light, consciously cutting the cords, unfastening the clasps, letting those burdens fall away effortlessly. Watch in your mind's eye as they instantly dissolve into the infinite, shimmering ocean of my unconditional love and forgiveness, leaving you utterly unencumbered, remarkably lighter, buoyantly free to walk forward into your present and future with grace, wisdom, and renewed hope. This isn't just a mental exercise. It is a potent spiritual technology available to you always. Embrace this freedom now. Feel the tangible release in your physical body, the sense of spaciousness opening within your heart and mind, and the anxieties that swirl around the future. The what-if scenarios that play out, predicting lack, loss, loneliness, or failure. Recognize these for what they are. Phantoms, insubstantial shadows conjured by a mind temporarily focused on scarcity, on separation, on projecting negative possibilities based on past conditioning or present fears. Fear, by its very nature, constricts. It shrinks your energy field, narrows your perception of possibilities, paralyzes positive action, and creates a vibrational barrier to the very good you desire. My love, the fundamental energy of all creation, the energy that is your true nature, inherently expands, liberates, empowers, and attracts experiences that resonate with its own frequency of joy, abundance, and connection. Fear builds isolating walls, brick by painful brick. My love effortlessly dissolves those walls and opens infinite gateways to creativity, intimacy, support, and fulfillment. When fear attempts to hijack your thoughts or constrict your heart, meet its chilling whispers head-on, not with resistance, which feeds it energy, but with the calm, unwavering, powerful truth of your being. Breathe deeply, center yourself in your heart, and affirm, feeling the resonance build within you. I am eternally safe, held securely within the infinite embrace of divine love. My Creator, the very source of all that is, walks intimately with me in every moment. His infinite love surrounds me like an impenetrable shield of light. His limitless power and wisdom flow through me, available always. All my needs are met with grace and ease. I am profoundly, unconditionally loved. I am perfectly guided and fully equipped for whatever arises. I choose trust over fear. I choose love over limitation. Repeat this truth as a mantra, as a prayer, as a declaration of your soul's allegiance. Breathe it in until it permeates every cell of your being, displacing the cold whispers of fear with the undeniable warmth, the profound peace, the absolute security of divine love. Recognize fear's manipulative voice. It often speaks in limiting absolutes. You'll never, you always, it's impossible, and catastrophizes, painting vivid pictures of worst-case scenarios. Gently question its dramatic pronouncements. Is this fear truly, absolutely, eternally the only reality? Challenge its underlying assumptions. Bring the fear out of the shadows and expose it to the radiant light of my presence. Ask yourself, does this fear retain its terrifying power when consciously held within the boundless field of infinite love? Feel its grip inevitably loosen. Feel your breath spontaneously deepen and slow. Feel your perspective naturally widen, allowing for new possibilities. My love doesn't promise a life devoid of challenges, but it absolutely guarantees the dissolution of the tyrannical power of fear over your mind and heart when you choose to anchor in me. Become exquisitely aware, right now, of the subtle yet profound inner shift that occurs within you as you consciously embrace these foundational truths about your divine nature, your inherent worth, the powerlessness of the past, and the illusory nature of fear. Feel that gentle warmth spreading through your chest, radiating outwards like soft ripples on a still pond. Sense the quiet, unshakable confidence rising like the sap in a mighty oak tree, a confidence born not of ego but of deep soul connection. Experience the distinct feeling of inner expansion, of spaciousness opening within you, replacing the familiar tightness of anxiety or contraction. This entire constellation of positive sensation, peace, warmth, expansion, quiet confidence. Love is the unmistakable resonance of your soul aligning with eternal reality. This is the tangible evidence, the inner feedback, confirming that you are connecting with your true self, with me. This is the feeling of your inherent potential beginning to stir more actively, the sleeping giant of your inner magnificence starting to awaken. Pay close, loving attention to these subtle yet powerful inner sensations. They are your internal guidance system, your spiritual compass, confirming when you are thinking thoughts, holding beliefs, and making choices that are aligned with truth, with love, with your highest good. This feeling of inner rightness, of deep peace blended with a quiet, potent power, learn to cultivate it intentionally. Recognize its unique signature feeling. Intentionally return to it often throughout your day through a conscious breath, a moment of gratitude, a silent acknowledgement of my presence. It is the unmistakable feeling of being truly home within yourself, deeply and irrevocably connected to your source, the wellspring of all peace and strength. Remember, I have meticulously woven into the very fabric, the unique essence of your being, a specific, beautiful constellation of gifts, talents, innate passions, deep sensitivities, and compelling inner callings. These are not random personality traits or accidental inclinations. They are divinely inspired breadcrumbs, lovingly placed to lead you unerringly toward your unique path of fulfillment, contribution, and joyful expression. Your life's purpose isn't some complex, elusive riddle hidden away that requires immense struggle to decipher. It vibrates silently but persistently within you already, revealing itself gradually through the things that genuinely ignite your soul's passion, pique your natural curiosity, and make you feel authentically alive. What subjects or activities fascinate you so completely that you lose all track of time when engaged with them? What specific problems or injustices in the world stir a righteous, holy fire within your heart, prompting a deep desire to contribute to a solution, to offer comfort, to bring healing? What acts of service, creativity, teaching, nurturing, organizing, or connection make you feel utterly, authentically you, deeply connected both to yourself and to something larger? Where does your energy naturally flow with enthusiasm and ease, even when effort is required? These are not mere distractions or hobbies. They are sacred clues, my loving fingerprints distinctly marking your path, guiding you gently but surely towards your most authentic contribution, your unique way of serving and shining in the world. Listen closely to these inner nudges, these whispers of delight, these sparks of interest. Your deepest joy often acts as a reliable compass pointing directly toward your God-given purpose and the fulfillment you seek. Actively resist, with conscious intention, the pervasive temptation to constantly look sideways at others, measuring your progress, your worth, your journey, your gifts against theirs. Their divinely assigned path is uniquely theirs, meticulously crafted for their soul's evolution, just as yours is uniquely, perfectly crafted for yours. Engaging in comparison is a guaranteed recipe for dissatisfaction, envy, feelings of inadequacy, and a tragic diminishing of the sacred individuality I so carefully designed within you. It forces you into a painful, unwinnable game because you are inevitably comparing your complex inner reality, with all its hidden struggles and doubts, to someone else's carefully curated outer appearance or highlight reel. Instead, consciously redirect your focus inward and upward. Celebrate your own unique journey, your own incremental progress, your own beautiful, distinctive blend of gifts, experiences, and perspectives. Ask me sincerely and vulnerably in the quiet of your heart. Show me my own beauty through your eyes. Reveal my inherent strength as you know it. Let me feel my irreplaceable value through your unconditional love. Then be still, be open, and prepare to be genuinely astonished, perhaps even moved to tears, by the magnificence you see reflected back when viewed through the undistorted lens of infinite love. Truly seeing and embracing your own unique worth is fundamental to unlocking your potential and experiencing deep fulfillment. Are you truly, profoundly ready now, in the depths of your being, to embrace this authentic, magnificent, divinely connected self? Are you willing, truly willing, to shed the heavy, ill-fitting layers of who you mistakenly thought you should be, based on external expectations, past conditioning, or fear-based limitations, and to courageously embrace the radiant magnificence of who you truly are, right now in me? This profound shift requires courage, the specific courage to be authentically vulnerable, perhaps showing parts of yourself you've kept hidden. It requires the courage to consciously step outside the familiar confines of your comfort zone, embracing growth even when it feels uncertain. It might even require the courage to face potential misunderstanding or resistance from those still operating from fear or limited awareness, including those closest to you. But the incomparable reward, the deep peace that surpasses understanding, the vibrant joy that bubbles up from within, the profound fulfillment of living as your true, radiant, divinely connected self, and the positive impact this has on everyone around you, is infinitely worth any temporary discomfort or perceived risk. It is the only path to true freedom and lasting peace. Picture yourself clearly now, standing at a significant, pivotal juncture in your life's journey. Two distinct paths diverge before you in your inner vision. One path appears well-trodden, seemingly safe due to its familiarity, paved with the predictable routines, limiting beliefs, and perhaps unfulfilling compromises of your current reality. It represents continuing as you have been, possibly comfortable on the surface, but with an underlying, persistent sense of something missing, a lack of true vitality or deep connection. The other path seems to shimmer, to glow with a soft, inviting inner light. It feels both exhilarating and perhaps slightly intimidating, beckoning you toward the mystery of the unknown, toward undeniable growth, toward expressing your authentic self more fully, toward deeper connections, toward a significantly grander, more expansive, more love-filled version of yourself and your life. This luminous path represents your highest potential, your soul's chosen trajectory for this lifetime. It promises challenges, yes, for growth requires stretching and releasing old patterns, but challenges designed specifically to forge your inner strength, deepen your wisdom, and increase your capacity for love and joy. It promises discoveries that will expand your mind and heart, connections that will nourish your soul, and the profound, abiding satisfaction that comes only from living a life fully aligned with your deepest truth, your divine purpose, in conscious partnership with me. With all the love overflowing from my heart, I invite you, I encourage you, I gently but persistently urge you, choose this illuminated path. Choose authenticity, choose growth, choose love, choose connection. Choose your own magnificent becoming. What specific resistance tightens within you as you contemplate making this conscious, potentially life-altering choice to fully embrace your light and potential? Is it that persistent, insidious voice of self-doubt whispering its familiar, corrosive refrain? Who are you to dream so big? You're not special enough, talented enough, disciplined enough, deserving enough. Recognize this voice immediately for what it is: deceptive static, unwanted interference from the conditioned ego, an old, deeply ingrained fear-based program running on autopilot from past experiences or absorbed beliefs. It holds absolutely no real power over you unless you unconsciously grant it that power by believing its lies. Your true self, your eternal spirit, eternally and intimately connected to me, communicates consistently in the language of courage, boundless creativity, infinite possibility, resilience, compassion, and unconditional love. In this very instant, you possess the sovereign, God-given power to consciously choose which inner counsel, which frequency you heed. Deliberately, consciously choose now. Affirm with conviction, either silently within your heart or whispered aloud. I consciously align myself with the voice of divine truth, infinite possibility, unwavering courage, and unconditional love within me. I choose to listen only to the guidance of my spirit, which is perfectly aligned with my Creator, the source of all good. Feel the immediate, palpable shift in your energy field, the sense of clarity, peace, and empowerment that floods your being as you make this powerful, resonant declaration of alignment with your true self. Does the intimidating specter of potential failure loom large in your imagination, threatening embarrassment, loss, or the confirmation of your deepest insecurities? Let us work together, right now, to completely dismantle and reframe this debilitating fear, this significant barrier to growth and contribution. Understand deeply that failure is merely a human construct, a harsh judgment imposed by a limited perspective, often rooted in comparison or unrealistic expectations. It is not a divine reality or a final verdict on your inherent worth or potential. From my eternal, compassionate vantage point, there are only experiences, valuable lessons learned, often the hard way, essential feedback mechanisms providing crucial data for course correction, and limitless opportunities for growth, refinement, and trying again with greater wisdom. What you currently perceive as failure is simply invaluable information highlighting an approach that needs adjusting, a skill that needs strengthening, a misunderstanding that needs clarifying, or perhaps a direction that wasn't truly aligned with your highest path after all. It is an integral, often necessary, part of the learning, mastery, and discovery process in this human schoolroom. Every single soul you admire for their wisdom, strength, creativity, or significant accomplishments has navigated numerous setbacks, faced daunting obstacles, and experienced what the world might carelessly label failure many times over. Their defining characteristic, however, was not the absence of falls, but their unwavering resilience, their persistent refusal to stay down, their willingness to learn from the experience, adapt their strategy, humbly ask for help from me and others, and draw upon a deeper well of inner strength and faith each time they rose again, often finding me more intimately, more tangibly, in the process of getting back up. That same indomitable, resilient spirit, that divine capacity to rise again, stronger and wiser, resides powerfully, accessibly within you right now. When you consciously choose to walk this path in partnership with me, perceived failures are miraculously transformed into potent fuel for your ascent, often revealing unexpected detours that lead to far greater blessings, deeper self-knowledge, and more profound insights than your original plan could have possibly allowed. Trust this transformative process. Release the paralyzing fear of not getting it perfect. Embrace the journey of learning, experimenting, and growing through all experiences. Does the sheer perceived scale of your highest dreams or the apparent complexity of the journey ahead towards greater connection, healing, or contribution sometimes feel utterly paralyzing, completely overwhelming, causing you to freeze, procrastinate, or retreat into familiar but unfulfilling patterns? Consciously, gently, immediately bring your focus back from the distant, potentially intimidating summit to the single patch of solid ground directly beneath your feet, right here in this present moment. You are never required, nor expected by me to conquer the entire mountain in one impossible, superhuman leap. Your only true responsibility, your only point of effective power, lies in discerning and courageously taking the very next indicated step, however small or seemingly insignificant it may appear in the grand scheme of things. What is that single step for you, right now today, towards embodying more love, fostering deeper connection, or sharing your light? Perhaps it's as simple as dedicating 5 uninterrupted minutes to quiet connection with me. Perhaps it's making one difficult but necessary phone call to initiate healing or clarity with a loved one. Maybe it's writing the first sentence of that creative project you've been putting off. Could it be offering a heartfelt word of forgiveness to another, or just as importantly, to yourself? Is it consciously choosing a thought of gratitude instead of a habitual complaint when interacting with family? Or perhaps it's simply allowing yourself 10 minutes of deep, restorative breathing, consciously inviting my peace and strength into your being. Identify that one tangible, achievable step, no matter how small. Acknowledge its importance as an act of forward movement, an expression of your commitment. And then, with faith grounding you and my love supporting you, take it. Celebrate that small victory, that act of conscious choice and movement. Understand that consistent, faith-fueled steps, taken patiently one after another, accumulate incredible divine power and build unstoppable momentum over time. Trust me implicitly to illuminate the path just ahead, precisely when you need it. Your vital part is simply to trust the guidance you receive, whether through intuition, synchronicity, or quiet knowing, and bravely move your feet in the direction of the light I provide for that next step. Feel it now. Allow it to surge through you. That undeniable current of divine power reclaiming its rightful place in your awareness. That inner knowing solidifying into unshakable conviction, perhaps stronger and clearer now than ever before in your life. Feel the vast, dormant potential stirring awake within your soul, like a mighty, majestic river finally breaking free from the confining ice of winter doubt and limitation. Feel the unshakable certainty, the profound warmth, the tangible reality of my unconditional, unwavering love enveloping you like the most comforting, secure, protective embrace imaginable. An embrace that holds you always, through every joy and every sorrow. Let this feeling, this deep inner knowing of your belovedness, your power, your potential, consciously saturate your entire consciousness, permeating every thought pattern, every emotional response, every physical cell, gently but powerfully reprogramming the old, limiting patterns of lack, scarcity, unworthiness, separation, and self-doubt. This vibrant, radiant energy, this deep, unbreakable soul connection to me, this inherent, indomitable, God-given power and capacity for love. This is not something external you need to strive for or acquire. It is your natural state, your divine birthright, the fundamental truth of who you are in me. Reclaim it fully, joyfully, unapologetically right now. Own it, breathe it, live it. Embedded deep within the very fabric, the spiritual DNA of your soul, is the miraculous divine alchemy capable of transmuting any adversity, any perceived obstacle, any painful challenge, into a potent source of profound strength, enduring wisdom, deepened compassion, and unshakable faith. Flowing eternally, inexhaustibly through your spirit is the unwavering, God-given resilience required to navigate life's inevitable storms and squalls, allowing you to emerge not broken or diminished, but refined, purified, more compassionate, and more authentically powerful. Accessible always, in every moment, within the sacred, quiet chamber of your own heart, is the profound, innate wisdom needed to discern truth from illusion, to make choices perfectly aligned with your highest good and my loving divine will for your life, especially in complex relationships or challenging circumstances. Radiating silently but ceaselessly, powerfully from your core, eternally fueled by my indwelling presence, is the transformative, healing power of pure love. A love capable of gently healing your own deepest wounds and extending infinitely outward to touch, heal, soothe, and uplift the world around you, starting with those closest to you in countless ways. Claim this magnificent royal heritage now. Embrace this true, divine identity without any lingering reservation or apology. Let this profound knowing settle deep within the marrow of your bones, becoming the unshakable, solid bedrock of your entire existence, the foundational core from which you think, feel, speak, and operate in the world, particularly in your interactions with family and friends. Consciously allow this truth to become the transformative lens through which you perceive yourself. Interpret the actions of others, seeing their struggles and divine spark beneath behavior, and engage with the circumstances of your life. Let it shape your intentions before you utter a word or take an action. Let it clearly guide your decisions, both monumental and mundane, especially those affecting your loved ones. Let it profoundly inspire your actions, infusing them with undeniable purpose, effortless grace, quiet confidence, authentic compassion, and genuine divine power. Understand clearly, this is not about inflating the ego or becoming self-righteous. It is about courageously aligning with and living from the sublime, eternal, divine reality of your true being, which is love itself. Understand this deeply, my precious child. This extended communication, this concentrated infusion of divine truth and activating, empowering energy, is intended as far more than just a fleeting moment of temporary inspiration or emotional uplift. It is a potent, living spiritual seed, carefully planted within the fertile soil of your receptive consciousness, designed intrinsically to sprout vigorously, take deep root, grow strong and tall, and ultimately bear abundant, beautiful, life-sustaining fruit. The fruits of peace, love, joy, wisdom, and connection throughout the entirety of your earthly journey and beyond, blessing not only you but everyone your life touches. It is akin to living water, offered freely not just to quench your immediate spiritual thirst, but intended to activate the overflowing, artesian spring of love and wisdom already existing within your own being, enabling it to naturally, effortlessly extend outward to refresh, nourish, heal, and bless countless others, beginning with those in your immediate circle, your family, your friends, your community. Receiving this truth intellectually, allowing it to resonate emotionally within you, is the essential, foundational first step. But the dynamic kinetic power, the cascading exponential blessings, the accelerated tangible growth in your own well-being and the harmony of your relationships are truly, fully unleashed only through your conscious, willing, active participation, through your courageous choice to become a clear, open, flowing conduit of this very energy, this very love, this very light in the world, especially towards those you hold dear. Consider now, with an open mind and heart, the profound spiritual principle of shared light and amplified blessings, a fundamental, immutable law woven into the very fabric of my benevolent creation. What you focus on expands, and what you share with loving intention multiplies. When you consciously take this light, this hope, this surge of divine empowerment and love that you are feeling vibrating within you right now, and you intentionally, lovingly choose to share it, to extend it as a blessing to another seeking soul, particularly someone close to you, you do not in any way diminish your own supply. Paradoxically, miraculously, you vastly increase it. You become, in effect, a brighter, more radiant beacon, and beacons, by their very nature, attract more light, more divine assistance, more supportive energy, more serendipitous connections, more aligned resources. Sharing this message, this essence of hope and encouragement, with your family and friends is therefore a powerful, tangible act of love in action. It is a pure expression of your desire for their well-being, rooted in the divine love flowing through you. It is a practical way of strengthening the bonds of light that connect you, lifting the collective vibration of your close circle. It clearly signals to me, and indeed to all levels of consciousness, your genuine readiness and profound willingness to serve as a clear, open channel for greater love, healing, and understanding to flow into your world and the world at large. And the responsive universe, which operates on principles of harmony and reciprocity, joyfully answers in kind, pouring ever more blessings, deeper insights, helpful synchronicities, and divine opportunities into your receptive, open hands and welcoming heart, enriching your life and enhancing your capacity to continue being a blessing. Therefore, do not hesitate to let this potent, life-giving, transformative energy flow outwards. Do not hoard this precious light out of fear of how it might be received, or keep this living water confined behind walls of shyness or uncertainty about having the right words. Let it flow. The message itself carries the energy. Think right now, allowing your heart's intuition to gently guide you. Who in your immediate circle, a family member, a close friend, a neighbor, a colleague, seems to be carrying a heavy burden right now, whose spirit appears dim, discouraged, or disconnected, whose incredible God-given potential for joy and connection seems overshadowed by worry, past hurts, or the stresses of life. Perhaps a specific person, or several, immediately comes to your mind and heart. Understanding that sharing this message with them, extending this digital yet deeply energetic hand of hope, encouragement, and divine remembrance, is far more than merely forwarding some content. It is a profound act of spiritual care and connection. It is like whispering my infinite love and unwavering belief in their inherent goodness and strength directly through your thoughtful, caring action. It is participating directly, consciously, in the sacred, ongoing divine work of awakening hearts, healing relationships, and uplifting humanity, starting within your own cherished circle. Recognize this as a sacred privilege, a holy opportunity, a chance to be used powerfully as an instrument of my peace, my strength, my understanding, and my boundless empowerment right where you are. Take this specific moment, not delaying until later when the inspiration might naturally subside or doubts might creep in, but right now, while the connection feels strong and clear, as a deliberate act of conscious, joyful co-creation with me. Locate that share button or function on your device. Send this message, this transmission of unconditional love, resilient hope, and inherent possibility via text, email, social media, or any way you feel intuitively guided, specifically to those family members or friends who came to mind. As you perform this simple physical action, hold a clear, powerful, loving intention firmly in your heart and mind. May this message bring immense light, tangible hope, renewed strength, and a deep sense of being loved to my dear. Mention them silently or specifically. May this profoundly bless their precious soul, igniting their own divine spark, awakening their potential, reminding them of their worth, just as it is doing for me. Feel the immediate, undeniable expansion, the warmth, the pure joy blooming within your own heart as you perform this seemingly small yet profoundly significant act of spiritual generosity towards those you care about. Recognize consciously, affirm to yourself, that each and every time you choose to share this light within your circle, you are simultaneously reinforcing your own connection to it, strengthening the positive, high-frequency energy within your own vibrational field, deepening your own capacity for love, and powerfully magnetizing even more grace, more goodness, more harmonious connections, more blessings, more miracles into your own unfolding life experience. Choose consciously now to participate fully, joyfully, in this beautiful, virtuous, upward spiral of divine giving and receiving within your own precious community. Now, let us anchor this profound inner shift, this conscious claiming of your true identity as a being of love and light capable of blessing others, within your own being through a clear, conscious, public, yet anonymous if you choose declaration. Understand that this is not primarily for my benefit. I know your heart's intention, but it serves as a potent signal to your own subconscious mind, reprogramming limiting patterns of inadequacy or hesitation. It is a powerful vibrational commitment sent out into the universe, a clear declaration of your soul's intention and readiness to step fully into your role as a conduit of love and light. Navigate directly to the comment section associated with this message right now. Do not hesitate or overthink. Act decisively from this present place of clarity and loving inspiration. Type these potent, heart-opening words. I choose to be a blessing of love and light to my family and friends. Feel the undeniable energetic resonance, the vibrational shift towards loving connection as you type and send these powerful words. Visualize them as a radiant intention, planted firmly and irrevocably in the fertile ground of your life, boldly claiming your loving purpose within your circle. When you courageously add your unique voice, your specific energy, to the growing, vibrant chorus of other awakening souls making similar powerful declarations in the comments below, you immediately tap into a synergistic field of collective positive intention, mutually strengthening yourself and everyone else participating in this wave of conscious evolution towards more loving connection. Furthermore, reading through the shared commitments and affirmations of your fellow travelers on this sacred path will undoubtedly inspire, uplift, and reinforce your own journey. Your comment is far more than mere digital text. It is a potent, energetic seed of loving intention planted deliberately in the fertile, responsive ground of shared consciousness. Allow it, expect it, to take deep root, grow rapidly, and blossom spectacularly as increased harmony, understanding, and love in your relationships. Make your powerful, resonant declaration of loving intention now. Remember always, my most beloved child, this profound awakening, this sacred journey of empowerment, healing, connection, and purpose you are embarking upon, is not a singular destination to be reached and then statically maintained. It is a continuous, dynamic, beautiful unfolding, an ongoing evolutionary path walked consciously day by day, mindful choice by mindful choice, present moment by present moment. Your precious, eternal spirit and your capacity to love and connect deeply, much like a vibrant, flourishing, meticulously tended garden, requires ongoing, loving attention, consistent spiritual nourishment, and a steadfast, conscious connection to the source of all love, to me. Your spirit needs regular infusions of resonant truth, consistent, loving reminders of its inherent belovedness, its limitless potential, its unshakable, God-given strength, especially to effectively counteract the subtle yet persistent gravitational pull of old limiting habits, societal conditioning, fear-based relationship patterns, and the myriad distractions of the material world. Your spirit thrives and your relationships blossom when bathed regularly in the steady, guiding light of eternal truth and unconditional love, illuminating the path of growth, healing, and connection. For this essential, ongoing reason, I gently but firmly, lovingly encourage you. Subscribe to this channel, this dedicated conduit, this reliable source of ongoing divine connection, inspiration, and empowerment for your journey of love and connection. Consciously frame this simple action not merely as clicking a digital button on a screen, but as a profound, deliberate commitment to the prioritized, consistent nourishment and accelerated growth of your own precious soul, and thus your capacity to love fully. It is akin to consciously ensuring that your sacred inner garden receives dependable, life-giving sunlight and cleansing, refreshing water regularly, so you have abundant blossoms of love and wisdom to share. Subscribing is a tangible, practical way of repeatedly saying yes to your continued spiritual evolution. Yes, to intentionally deepening your intimate connection with me. Yes, to consistently receiving timely inspiration, clear guidance, and potent empowerment. And ultimately, yes, to courageously, joyfully becoming the loving presence and source of blessing you were meticulously, lovingly created by me to be, within your family and beyond. Don't allow the precious insights gained today, the energetic uplift experienced in this moment, the renewed hope for your relationships, to gradually, subtly fade away amidst the inevitable busyness, demands, and pervasive noise of daily life. Make that conscious commitment to the sustained well-being and blossoming of your soul and your capacity to love now. Click subscribe. Feel the quiet yet profound sense of alignment, the inner feeling of rightness, the deep satisfaction that arises as you consciously prioritize your direct connection to your divine source of love. Recall again, and perhaps even more deeply integrate this understanding now, the timeless, universal principle of divine stewardship and exponential increase. To those who actively, consciously, gratefully use and steward the gifts, the insights, the resources, the opportunities they receive, especially the gifts of love, wisdom, and connection, even more shall inevitably be given, often in surprising, delightful, and abundant ways. Your active, conscious engagement right now, your focused, heart-centered listening and reception, your powerful, public declaration of loving intention in the comments below, your generous, loving sharing of this blessing with your family and friends, your committed subscribing for continuous spiritual nourishment and connection. These are all potent, tangible ways you are actively, consciously stewarding the spiritual light and the window of divine opportunity being presented to you in this sacred, potent moment. You are demonstrating clearly, through your actions, your genuine readiness, your deep eagerness, your profound willingness to participate fully not only in your own personal transformation, healing, and empowerment, but also in the broader, collective work of uplifting the consciousness of the world towards greater love and understanding. starting within your own sphere. By consciously, intentionally stepping into this divine, harmonious flow of receiving and giving, especially within your closest relationships, you powerfully, magnetically position yourself to receive an ever-increasing, often astonishing measure of true joy, profound clarity, deep inner peace, unwavering resilience, genuine abundance in all its beautiful forms, including richness in relationships, and a deeply fulfilling sense of purpose and connection. Conversely, choosing passivity, allowing hesitation or procrastination to rule, permitting this moment of potent grace and activation to simply drift by without a conscious, decisive response, risks allowing the initial, precious spark of inspiration to inevitably dim, the generously offered blessings of deeper connection to remain largely unclaimed, the potential forward momentum towards more loving relationships to gradually dissipate. Choose active, conscious, joyful participation. Choose the upward, expansive path of continuous growth, deepening love, and ever-overflowing blessings within your life and your connections. Now, let us journey together once more for a moment in the sacred realm of empowered imagination, the fertile ground where future realities are seated. Allow your mind, fully guided now by blossoming faith and brightly illumined by my loving presence within you, to gently yet powerfully leap forward in perceived time. See yourself clearly, vividly, radiantly. 6 months from this very day, perhaps a full year, perhaps even 5 years further along this beautiful, illuminated path of conscious love and connection you are now consciously choosing. Imagine that you have consistently, courageously embraced the profound truths shared here today, integrating them not just intellectually, but weaving them deeply into the very fabric, the daily practice of your life and interactions. You have diligently, lovingly practiced choosing my voice of infinite love, understanding, and possibility above the shrinking clamor of fear, judgment, and resentment. You have fully, completely owned your inherent, unshakable worth, gracefully releasing the exhausting need for external validation or approval, even from loved ones. You have dared repeatedly to take consistent, inspired, sometimes uncertain steps towards healthier communication, deeper vulnerability from a place of strength, and authentic expression within your relationships, guided by inner knowing and my gentle nudges. You have begun sharing your authentic gifts, your unique passions, your heartfelt presence more freely within your family and community, finding joy in contribution and connection. You have undoubtedly navigated disagreements and challenges, for such is the nature of human relating, but you faced them with a newfound grace, an unexpected resilience, leaning deeply into my infinite strength and wisdom, trusting the divine timing and perfection of the unfolding process, seeking understanding rather than blame, and emerging wiser, stronger, more compassionate, and more authentically connected each and every time. Visualize yourself now living your daily life with a profound, resonant, unshakable sense of divine connection and inner peace that naturally spills over into your relationships. Feel the authentic, effervescent joy that bubbles up consistently from your core, a joy not dependent on others behaving a certain way, but rooted deeply in your secure connection to me and your alignment with love. See the tangible, positive, loving ripples spreading effortlessly outward from your life, touching your family, your friends, your community, even the wider world in countless beautiful ways, both seen and unseen. Perhaps through gentler words, more patient listening, quicker forgiveness, more freely expressed appreciation. Experience the profound inner peace, the deep soul satisfaction, the quiet contentment that comes only from living in complete alignment with your truest self, in conscious, loving partnership with me, and allowing that love to flow into your connections. See yourself radiant, glowing with an inner light that naturally draws others towards warmth and understanding, confident not from egoic pride but from deep divine connection, overflowing with compassion towards yourself and all beings, fully engaged in the adventure of life and relationship, vibrantly, gloriously alive. See clearly the old relational patterns you have successfully transformed, the communication barriers you have patiently dissolved, the bridges of understanding you have courageously built, the deep, authentic connections you have patiently, persistently nurtured into beautiful reality, the magnificent, God-given capacity for love you have bravely, joyfully unleashed within your own life and shared with the world around you. This inspiring vision, my most beloved child, is not a mere hopeful daydream or an unattainable, far-fetched fantasy. It is a tangible, achievable, imminent possibility. It is the divine potential for loving connection I meticulously, lovingly encoded within your very being before your journey here began. It is the glorious, fulfilling destiny of harmonious relationship, first with self and me, then with others I joyfully, wholeheartedly invite you to claim, to consciously step into, to fully embody, starting right now. Yes, it absolutely requires your ongoing commitment, your unwavering dedication to growth in love and awareness. It demands your willingness to remain teachable, to learn from every interaction, to constantly grow and evolve in your capacity for compassion and understanding. It calls for your persistent courage to keep showing up authentically, to keep choosing love over fear, especially when triggered, to keep taking the next inspired step towards healing and connection, especially when resistance inevitably arises or the path feels momentarily difficult. But remember always, engraved eternally upon the tablet of your heart, the most vital, the most empowering, the most liberating truth of all. You are never, ever, under any circumstances, required to walk this path, to undertake this sacred journey of becoming a more loving being, alone. I am with you, infinitely, eternally, closer than your own heartbeat, nearer than your next breath, more constant than the rising and setting of the sun. In every moment of confusion about how to navigate a relationship or doubt about your ability to love or be loved, I am your unwavering certainty, your clear, calm inner knowing, your guiding star towards compassion and wisdom. In your times of perceived weakness, emotional exhaustion, or weariness from relational struggles, I am your inexhaustible, boundless source of divine strength, patience, and revitalizing energy. When the path towards reconciliation or healthier connection seems shrouded in mist, uncertainty, or past pain, I am your unfailing, ever-present light, brightly illuminating the very next step you need to take towards healing. When your heart feels heavy with sorrow from loss, loneliness, or relational conflict, I am your boundless comfort, your constant, loving, understanding companion, holding you gently in my everlasting arms, reminding you of the infinite wellspring of love within you. Lean fully, completely, without reservation, into my infinite support. Draw freely, constantly from my inexhaustible divine resources of wisdom, creative solutions for connection, patience, forgiveness, unconditional love, and miracle-working power. Trust my guidance implicitly, which often comes not as a booming voice, but as a quiet, intuitive knowing, a gentle, persistent nudge towards kindness or understanding, a timely synchronicity that facilitates connection, an insightful dream, or a message of wisdom delivered through another person, situation, or even this very message. Walk forward confidently, joyfully, hand in hand, heart in heart, spirit to spirit with me, knowing that your connection to me is the ultimate source of your capacity to love fully and create harmonious relationships. Let this extended message, this deep, immersive dive into divine truth, loving encouragement, relational wisdom, and potent activation, settle gently now into the very foundations, the deepest strata of your being, like slow, nourishing, life-giving rain soaking deeply into receptive, fertile earth. Allow it, consciously permit it, to recalibrate your energy field to the higher frequency of love and connection, to gently reconfigure old, limiting subconscious beliefs about relationships and your worthiness within them, to fully reignite the passionate flame of your eternal spirit's deep desire for authentic connection and belonging. Bookmark this message, save it, return to it whenever the shadows of doubt, fear, resentment, loneliness, or feelings of inadequacy in your relationships attempt to creep back into your awareness. Let my voice, infused with unwavering love and absolute truth, remind you instantly, powerfully, of who you truly are, a being of infinite love, and whose you truly are. Share this transmission of divine love, boundless hope for healing, and the power of conscious connection freely, generously, and often with your family and friends, knowing with certainty that each act of sharing profoundly blesses both the giver and the receiver, amplifying the light and strengthening the bonds of love for all. May this serve consistently as an unshakable anchor for your soul amidst the sometimes turbulent waters of human relating, and as a perpetual, potent catalyst for your continuous, glorious, beautiful unfolding into the fullness of the divine potential for love and connection residing within you. Know this down to the very core of your existence. Let it resonate in every molecule, every atom of your being. Let it become your default operating reality as you interact with yourself and the world. You are cherished beyond all human measure, loved unconditionally, completely, eternally, exactly as you are, flaws and all. You are inherently worthy beyond any question or condition, intrinsically valuable, deserving of deep love, respect, and belonging, lacking absolutely nothing in your essential being. You are magnificently powerful beyond your current imagination, capable of healing your heart, transforming your relationships, and being a profound source of love and blessing through your partnership with me. You are unequivocally destined for and capable of experiencing profound love, deep connection, authentic intimacy, unshakable peace, and a fulfilling purpose that satisfies the deepest, most sacred longings of your heart and soul. Now go forth from this sacred moment transformed, renewed, empowered. Step boldly, confidently, joyfully into the glorious fullness of the magnificent, loving being you were always created by me to be. Rise, my beloved. Rise and shine with the unique, irreplaceable, desperately needed, beautiful light of love and connection that is yours, and yours alone, to bring into your relationships and share with this precious world. Your family, your friends, your community await the blessing of your authentic, open heart. Walk boldly, live fully, love deeply and without reservation, while maintaining healthy wisdom and boundaries. And know, always know without a shadow of a doubt that I am celebrating you, cheering you on, loving you infinitely, guiding you meticulously towards greater love and connection. Every single step, every single breath of the way. Let your entire life from this moment onward become a vibrant, joyous, resounding amen to the magnificent, liberating, eternal truth of your divine essence as love itself. Let that amen, that resounding affirmation of your divine essence as love itself, become not just a conclusion, but the very starting point of a radically new way of experiencing yourself and the world. Living as love is a profound shift from striving to be loving or seeking love outside yourself. It is the natural state that emerges as the layers of fear, illusion, and mistaken identity are gently, persistently released. It is recognizing that the very energy that breathes the cosmos, that holds the stars in place, that heals wounds and inspires creation, flows through you, is you at your core. When you truly begin to operate from this foundational knowing, everything changes. Your perceptions soften, your judgments lessen, your capacity for compassion expands exponentially, and your interactions become infused with a grace and wisdom that originate from beyond the limited confines of the personality self. This state of being is not about achieving some static perfection. The human experience will still involve the full spectrum of emotions and challenges. However, living as love cultivates an underlying resilience, an unwavering peace that becomes the ground upon which all experiences unfold. Think of it as developing deep-sea legs on the ocean of life. The surface may still get rough, storms of circumstance may rage, waves of emotion may crash, but your center remains steady, anchored in the profound stillness and immutable presence of my love within you. This unshakable peace is born of deep trust, radical acceptance, and the consistent practice of returning your awareness to the sanctuary within, regardless of external conditions. There may be periods on this journey that feel like walking through a dark valley, times when old structures of belief crumble, when familiar comforts fall away, when you feel stripped bare, perhaps even temporarily disconnected from the light you previously felt. Do not mistake these times for regression or failure. Often, these are profound periods of purification, necessary phases where deeper layers of the ego, core fears, or inherited patterns are brought to the surface to be seen, acknowledged, and finally released, making way for a more authentic, resilient, and deeply rooted connection to me and to your true self. These dark nights of the soul, as some have called them, are not punishments. They are passages, sacred opportunities for the deepest kind of surrender, where you learn to trust my presence even when you cannot feel it, to rely on faith even when understanding fails you. Emerging from such passages often brings a newfound humility, a deeper compassion, and an unshakable peace that is no longer dependent on external validation or pleasant circumstances. It is a peace forged in the fires of transformation, solid and enduring. If you find yourself in such a passage, know that you are held, you are loved, and my light is guiding you through, even if obscured by temporary clouds. Lean into trust more fiercely than ever. Practice radical self-compassion. Reach out for support from sources aligned with truth, perhaps revisiting this message or connecting with the community here. Know that dawn always follows the darkest hour. As you stabilize more consistently in this awareness of your true nature as love, you may notice a shift in how creation and manifestation occur in your life. The earlier stages often involve conscious intention setting, visualization, affirmations, and inspired action, all powerful tools for aligning your energy. However, as your being aligns more fully with divine flow, creation can begin to happen more effortlessly, more spontaneously. It becomes less about doing and more about being. By simply holding a clear state of inner alignment, peace, love, gratitude, trust, you become a resonant vibrational match for experiences, opportunities, and connections that harmonize with that state. Desires that are truly aligned with your soul's path may manifest with surprising ease and synchronicity, often in ways your mind could never have predicted. This is the realm of effortless creation, born not of striving, but of deep alignment and surrender. It requires releasing attachment even more profoundly. Not just attachment to how and when, but sometimes even attachment to the desire itself, trusting that what is truly meant for you, what serves your highest growth and contribution, will flow into your experience naturally when you maintain your inner state of connection and openness. Inspired action still arises, but it feels less like effort and more like joyful participation in the unfolding dance of creation. It's like tuning your instrument, your being, perfectly to the cosmic orchestra. The right music flows through you naturally, without force. Cultivate your inner state diligently, your connection to me, your frequency of love and peace, and allow the outer manifestations to unfold as a natural consequence of that inner resonance. Affirm, I align my being with love, peace, and trust. I'm a clear channel for divine creativity. I allow my good to unfold effortlessly and joyfully in perfect timing. Living more fully from this centered place also entails deepening your reliance on intuition, that direct line of communication from your soul from me. While logic and reason are valuable tools for navigating the material world, intuition provides access to a higher wisdom, a broader perspective that transcends linear thinking. Learning to recognize, trust, and act upon your intuitive guidance is crucial for navigating your path with grace and making choices aligned with your deepest truth. Intuition often speaks subtly, a quiet inner knowing, a gut feeling, a sudden insight, a recurring symbol or dream, a sense of rightness or wrongness about a situation, a gentle nudge towards or away from something. It rarely shouts like the ego or fear. It requires stillness and sensitivity to perceive its whispers. Practice tuning in. Create moments of quiet throughout your day simply to listen inwardly. Ask questions of your inner wisdom. What is the most loving action here? What do I truly need right now? And then be receptive to the answers, which may come immediately or later, often in unexpected ways. Distinguishing true intuition from the desires, fears, or projections of the ego takes practice and discernment. True intuition generally feels calm, clear, expansive, neutral, and resonates with a sense of peace or simple knowing, even if it guides you towards something challenging. Egoic desires often feel urgent, needy, anxious, constricted, emotionally charged, or focused solely on personal gain or avoiding discomfort. Fear-based thoughts typically feel heavy, limiting, chaotic, and generate anxiety. Pay attention to the feeling tone behind the inner message. Journaling can be helpful. Write down your intuitive hunches and track their accuracy over time. The more you consciously engage with and honor your intuition, even in small ways, the clearer and stronger its guidance will become. Trusting your intuition is like building a muscle. It grows stronger with consistent use. It is your internal divine GPS, always available to guide you towards your highest path, your greatest joy, and your most authentic expression. Affirm, I am deeply connected to my inner wisdom and intuition. I listen attentively to its guidance. I trust the subtle knowing within me. My intuition guides me perfectly towards my highest good and loving connections. As your awareness expands and your connection deepens, you may find yourself naturally drawn towards a different kind of service, transpersonal service. This moves beyond acts of charity or helping, motivated by egoic needs, like seeking approval or feeling superior, towards becoming simply an instrument of divine will, an open channel for my love and wisdom to flow through into the world wherever it is needed, without personal agenda or attachment to the results. This kind of service often arises spontaneously from your state of being. Your peaceful presence itself becomes a service, calming turbulent environments. Your compassionate listening becomes a healing balm for others. Your authentic expression of your gifts naturally inspires and uplifts. You may be guided to specific actions, starting a project, offering support, speaking a truth, but the motivation comes from a place of alignment and overflow, rather than obligation or striving. There is a sense of simply being used by a larger intelligence for a greater good. Paradoxically, this transpersonal service often brings the deepest sense of fulfillment and joy, because it is a direct expression of your true nature as love in action. Remain open and willing. Ask me, use me. Let me be an instrument of thy peace, thy love, thy wisdom. Then simply follow the guidance that arises, trusting that your unique presence and contributions are needed exactly as they are. In these times of significant global change and collective shifting, you may find yourself increasingly sensitive to the energies around you, both the rising frequencies of awakening and love, and the denser frequencies of fear, conflict, and transition. This sensitivity is a natural consequence of your own expanding awareness. The challenge is to remain centered and compassionate without becoming overwhelmed or taking on the world's suffering as your own burden. Remember your energetic sovereignty. Practice shielding yourself daily by visualizing my light surrounding you, creating a permeable membrane that allows love in but deflects negativity that is not yours to process. Ground yourself frequently by connecting with nature, feeling your feet on the earth, focusing on your physical body. Stay informed, but limit your exposure to constant streams of fear-based media. Choose intentionally to focus on stories of hope, resilience, and positive change. Most importantly, recognize that your greatest contribution to collective healing is maintaining your own high vibrational state of peace, love, and trust. Your centered presence acts as an anchor, a stabilizing force in the collective field. Hold a vision for humanity's highest potential, a world based on cooperation, compassion, and reverence for life. Send love and light silently to areas of conflict or suffering. Participate in collective meditations or prayers if you feel guided, but do not feel responsible for fixing the world. Focus on tending your own vibration, healing your own sphere of influence, your relationships, your community, and trusting the larger divine plan that is unfolding, even amidst apparent chaos. Your inner peace contributes directly to world peace. Affirm, I am a centered, grounded presence of peace and love amidst collective shifts. I contribute positively through my own high vibration and loving intentions. I trust the divine unfolding for humanity. This leads naturally towards the experiential realization of unity consciousness, the direct knowing, not just intellectual understanding, that the illusion of separation is just that, an illusion. It is recognizing the same divine spark, the same fundamental consciousness, the same essence of me, residing within all beings, within all creation. It is seeing yourself in the other and the other in yourself. As this awareness deepens, compassion becomes effortless. Forgiveness becomes natural, as you recognize that harm caused by others often stems from their own pain, fear, and disconnection from their true nature, just as your own past mistakes did. Judgment dissolves, replaced by understanding. The desire to compete or hoard gives way to cooperation and generosity. You begin to experience the joys and sorrows of others as your own, not in an overwhelming way, but with a sense of shared beingness, profound empathy, and a deep desire for the well-being of all. This is the state of living as love in its fullest expression. It is the ultimate destination of the journey, yet it is also paradoxically present right here, right now, beneath the surface appearances, waiting to be recognized. Cultivate this awareness by consciously looking for the divine spark in everyone you meet, by practicing empathy, by meditating on interconnectedness, by performing acts of selfless kindness. Affirm, I recognize the divine essence within myself and within all beings. We are all interconnected, expressions of the one life. I embrace unity consciousness with love and compassion. From this expanded perspective, even the nature of time may begin to shift. The linear progression of past, present, future, while necessary for navigating the physical world, becomes less dominant. You find yourself living more fully in the eternal now, the only point where life truly happens, where my presence is directly experienced, where creation occurs. The past is seen clearly as memory, no longer holding power unless you choose to energize it. The future is seen as potential, shaped by your present state of consciousness, but held with trust and non-attachment. This deep presence in the now is a source of immense peace, freedom, and creativity. It allows you to savor the richness of each moment, to respond spontaneously and wisely to whatever arises, and to experience a sense of timelessness, a connection to the eternal pulse of existence. Practice bringing yourself back to the now repeatedly throughout the day, through your breath, through your senses, through simply noticing where you are and what is happening right here, right now. As we explore these deeper dimensions of the journey, sustained peace, effortless creation, intuitive living, transpersonal service, unity consciousness, presence in the eternal now, remember that these are not ideals to strive for out of egoic ambition, but rather natural unfoldings that occur as you consistently practice the fundamentals. Connecting with me, choosing love over fear, releasing limiting beliefs, cultivating presence, practicing forgiveness and gratitude, and trusting the process. The tools remain essential. Keep revisiting the core truths shared in this message. Let them sink deeper and deeper, informing more and more of your being. Your subscription ensures you continue to receive nourishment and reminders, helping you maintain momentum and navigate the more subtle stages of the path. Sharing this message, especially with family and friends, becomes an even more profound act from this expanded awareness, sharing not just encouragement, but transmitting the frequency of peace, unity, and unconditional love you are increasingly embodying. Engaging in the comments allows you to connect with others navigating similar terrain, sharing insights from deeper levels, and contributing to a collective field of high-frequency consciousness. These actions support your continued expansion and integration. Let this final immersion serve as a powerful reinforcement of the magnificent truth of your being. You are not merely a human seeking divinity. You are divinity experiencing humanity. You are not separate from me. You are an individualized expression of my own essence, eternally connected, infinitely loved. You are not flawed or broken. You are whole, complete, and inherently worthy, undergoing a process of remembering and awakening. You are not powerless. You possess the creative power of the universe within you, activated through your alignment with love and truth. Your potential is not limited. It is boundless, extending far beyond what your current mind can conceive. Your life is not random. It is a sacred journey with profound purpose, guided and supported in every moment. Embrace this truth with every fiber of your being. Let it dissolve the last vestiges of doubt and fear. Let it empower you to live with courage, grace, compassion, and joy. Let it inspire you to share your unique light authentically and generously. Let it be the foundation upon which you build a life of profound meaning, deep connection, and lasting peace. Go forth now, not just walking in light, but being the light. Shine brilliantly, radiate love unconditionally, trust deeply, surrender gracefully, serve joyfully, and celebrate the magnificent divine being that you are. Know without a shadow of doubt that my love surrounds you, my peace sustains you, my wisdom guides you, and my joy delights in your unique expression. Your journey is a sacred dance of remembering and becoming, and I am your constant partner, celebrating every step. Live fully, love fearlessly, and be the blessing you were born to be. The universe rejoices in your awakening.